Hello and welcome to the Asshole Book Club. I'm LJ. And today I'm going to be looking at third-party D&D spells. I've already done this video once, but things went wrong, so I lost like a full hour of recording. So I'm not going to try to record for an hour this time. I will be covering 10 third-party spells that are in a document called Spells Pack 1, which is written by Edward R. Curtis. So thank you, Edward. If you would like to get this document for yourself, you can go on to dmsguild.com and look for the document called Spells Pack 1. It is free. And look for the one written by Edward R. Curtis specifically, if there's more than one document with that name. I'm going to try to do 10 spells, and hopefully my phone can withstand that. And if you'd like to support Edward's work, go to his thing, download it, and if you can, send the man $1. I'm not associated with him in any way other than reading his work, so none of the money you send him will come to me. So, like, if you want to support him, just support him. The first spell on our list is Acidic Wave. It is a 4th level evocation spell with a casting time of 1 action. It is a range of self with a 30-foot cone. The components are verbal and somatic, and the duration is instantaneous. You swing your hand outward, creating a wave of acid that spreads outward. Each creature within a 30-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 5d12 acid damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful save. The acid melts any non-protected materials or objects within range. At higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 5th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d12 for each slot above 4th. Alone. It is a 7th level illusion spell with a casting time of 1 action. The range is 30 feet. The components are verbal and somatic, and the concentration is up to 1 minute. Target a creature within range that you can see. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw, or all other creatures become invisible only to them. They can repeat the saving throw at the end of their turns. Arcane Strike. Evocation cantrip. The casting time is 1 action. The range is 60 feet. The components are somatic. The duration is instantaneous. Oh, wait. It's fine. The Acidic Wave spell scaled, but I forgot to mention that. Oh well, I'll move past it. A sharp bolt of arcane energy shoots out towards the creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. You do not suffer disadvantage if you're within reach of the creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 force damage. If you are hidden from your target, the damage die is 1d12, otherwise it's still a d8. It increases by 1 die when you reach 5th level, 11th level, or 17th level. So 2d8 or 2d12, 3d8 or 3d12, and 48 or 40d12. Our 4th spell is Arrow's Mark. It is a 5th level enchantment with a casting time of 1 action, a range of touch. The components are verbal and somatic, and the duration is concentration up to 1 minute. You touch a single piece of ammunition. The next range attack roll you make with a weapon is an automatic hit as long as the target of that attack is within range. You still roll for your attack to determine if your attack was a critical hit or not. Avalanche is our 5th spell. It is a 7th level concentration spell with a casting time of 1 action, a range of 500 feet. The components are verbal, somatic, and material, requiring a glass snowflake an inch wide. Choose a point within range that you can see. The sky fills with clouds and the air becomes cold. A 300-foot radius of snowfall falls down from the sky onto this location, covering the ground in snow up to 20 feet deep. A creature can spend its action making a strength athletics ability check against your spell save DC to attempt to climb out of the snow. The area is lightly obscured with snow. The area counts as extreme cold, and water in the area of effect becomes frigid water as described in Chapter 5 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. If the terrain in which the spell is being cast has an average temperature of 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the snow melts away within 24 hours after being cast. When the snow melts away, all other effects vanish. The 6th spell is Banishing Sphere. It is an 8th level abjuration spell with a casting time of 1 action. A range of 15 feet. The components are verbal, somatic, and material. And the material component is an item no longer than 6 inches wide that has traveled through the planes. Duration is concentration to up to 1 minute. You attempt to send multiple creatures to another plane of existence. You choose a point within range that you can see, creating a sphere with a 10-foot radius. Each creature within the sphere must succeed a charisma saving throw or be banished. This includes creatures that are only partly within the area of effect. If a creature is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the creature is incapacitated, and it remains there until the spell ends, at which point it reappears in the space it left or the nearest unoccupied space. If a creature is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, it is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the creature reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. Otherwise, it does not return. Our 7th spell on the list is Barrier. It is an abjuration cantrip with a casting time of 1 bonus action. A range of self, the components are somatic, and the duration is instantaneous. You gain a +1 bonus to your AC until the start of your next turn. If you're hit by an attack roll during this time, you lose the bonus. The 8th spell on our list is Black Hole. It is a 9th level conjuration spell with a casting time of 1 action, a range of 600 feet. Components are verbal and somatic. And the duration is concentration up to 1 minute. When you cast this spell, you choose a point within range that you can see. It must be a minimum of 20 feet above any surface. At the start of your next turn, you make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC is equal to your spellcasting save DC. On a failed check, the spell ends. If you succeed with a thunderous screech, you create a small black hole with a 5-foot radius. All creatures within 300 feet of this point are under the effects of the slow spell. Any creature that enters the radius while the black hole is present is also under the effects of the slow spell. Any object or piece of ammunition that is within 300 feet of the black hole is sucked towards the black hole at a rate of 30 feet per round and falls harmlessly to the ground after the spell finishes. Any creature or structure that makes contact with the black hole are immediately teleported to the far realm or an equivalent location. At the start of a creature's turn, if that creature is within 300 feet of the black hole, that creature must make a strength saving throw or be pulled 30 feet closer to the black hole. If this pulls a creature upward off the ground, they do not fall at the end of their turn. Tiny creatures have a -5 to their strength save. Small creatures have a -2. Large creatures have a +2. Huge creatures have a +5. And gargantuan creatures have a +8. Any creature that ends its turn making contact with the black hole must make a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC or be pulled into the black hole. At the start of that creature's next turn, the creature takes 12d10 force damage, and at the end of that turn, the creature takes an additional 6d12 force damage, and they're deposited into the far realm or an equivalent location. All creatures within 120 feet of this point when the spell ends take 1d10 force damage with an additional 1d10 force damage for every 30 feet 30 feet closer they were to the point. The spell ends early if you move more than half your feet in a single turn. If you cast a spell, make an attack roll, lose hit points, or are forced to make a saving throw. When the spell ends, you take 4 levels of exhaustion. Our 9th spell on this list is Blue Flare. It is a 2nd level evocation spell with a casting time of 1 action, range of 30 feet. Components are verbal and somatic, and the duration is instantaneous. You create searing hot blue flames that strike out at a target you can see within range. That target can choose to make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 46 fire damage, and on a success, it takes half damage. Regardless if the creature fails or succeeds the dexterity saving throw, it must also make a Constitution saving throw, or it has vulnerability to fire, bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage until the start of your next turn. If a creature succeeded on the dexterity saving throw, it has advantage on the Constitution saving throw. At higher levels, if you cast the spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage is increased by 1d6 for each spell slot above 2nd level. Our 10th and last spell for today. This document has close to 70 spells, I believe. The last spell we're doing today is Channel Life. It is a necromancy cantrip with a casting time of 1 action. A range of touch. The components are verbal and somatic, and the duration is instantaneous. You touch a creature until the end of your next turn. If the target regains hit points, they regain the maximum number of hit points possible when healed. When you cast this spell, you lose 1 hit point, and your maximum hit points is reduced by 1. No. Jesus, I cannot stand these animals. Sorry. They keep trying to pull down my freaking table. When you cast this spell, you lose 1 hit point, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 1 until you finish a short or a long rest. Okay, again, this document is Spells Pack 1 by Edward R. Curtis. If you would like this document for yourself, you can download the PDF off of dmsguild.com for free. If you would like to support Curtis's or Mr. Curtis's work, you can do so because it's a pay what you want. If you made it this far, sorry for the technical difficulties, animals, and my files having to get deleted and whatnot. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm still new to YouTube. I've only been here a couple months, and I'm trying to learn more every day. Please like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about longer form videos or D&D content in general. Have a good day, and hate off.